that's how we start to show people back to the bar. Girl just catching hell from her shitty cooking.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna show how we get down before we start the show.
I cook good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Shit. I guess that's why I married you. I mean, look at me.
You're nice and rotund now.
Nice and thick. That's what you want. Thick.
You are a little thick.
Damn. I thought I was all good. God
My girl always like, hey, you need to put a little something on you, put something on you. One time I got a little belly on me.
Yeah.
I was drinking beers as usual, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
It
cheers.
just was sticking to me different, you know what I mean? And she was like, you look good. I'm like, you're just trying to narrow down the competition.
Yeah. Try to keep your ass locked up like fucking in the Goonies. What's the dude?
Goober?
Was it
No,
Sloth?
Goober was the guy who was with him.
Sloth.
Sloth.
Hey,
Yeah, you sit.
you guys. Hey, you
Finally
guys.
get some food. That's what these chicks are trying to do to us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's our
Trifling.
fault for sure.
Man. Locked up like Sloth.
No thanks.
One eye open. Oh man. Speaking of locked up, man, like these celebrity home invasions. You know, you hear about like this new shit with like Kendall Jenner.
Nah, I didn't hear about him. I know about like Pop Smoke. You know,
Her.
that was a terrible one.
All right, Kendall Kardashian.
No, it's Kendall Jenner.
It's Kendall Jenner. He said that
That's a-
nigga.
I don't know who that
Kendall. She's one of the Kardashians.
That's the female, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The
One of
real-
the young ones.
She got broken into.
I don't know if I could say that.
Oh shit! You got a
When this
story.
started off as a female.
You got a story to tell.
Well, you talk about the Chloe joint? Chloe came over to the UCLA campus back in the day. A lot of guys like Josiah Johnson, Ryan Walcott, who else? I'm trying to think who was in my freshman class, but yeah, we were over at these dorms called Saxon Suites, and she came over, and it was just like this real little Slim Jim little chick,
No booty.
not really a good, not that really
No
cute in the
titties.
face, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm taking it there.
but she pulled up in the Benz and stuff, but like, that's we was used to stuff, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, hey.
And she's like,
But
I
she
got
was-
all the money.
Yeah, and it was just like, we just out here hooping and enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to
I'm
be a
good.
sugar baby for nobody, you know?
Well, that's how we grew up, really, man. It's like you could have all the money in the world, we still wouldn't pay you no attention because it's no attraction there. Then there's no attraction there. You know what I mean?
Truth.
And it's like, all that money can't buy you love. I don't give a fuck what you say, because it could buy you love for a week or two, and then brother's just gonna get tired of you. Emphasize on the brother because it ain't all about the brothers, but
Yeah, I look at love as it's a conditional thing. It's like seasonal. It's here and there. Respect and loyalty is my thing,
that's what's up.
you know?
Let's talk about this. But like, okay, so like Kendall Jenner, Chloe's sister, her crib was broken into. The dude was trying to go skinny dipping, and like, I don't know, that's that obsessive fan thing. Like, when you get so obsessed with someone to where I don't understand how these celebrities have multi-million dollars, and their crib is unlocked. You can just walk in the back door.
But then they live in gated communities with security and stuff, so they feel like they're secure. But
But they still got private security.
especially
on
as
the
a
side.
female, if is she single?
Yeah. But she
Same-
said that she has security on the property too.
Yeah,
And he still was
yeah.
able to get in.
They ain't never
He
seen
probably
it.
found that one spot on the wall, right by the
Mm-hmm.
bush, landed right in the bush, jumped his ass you said butt
That's-
naked, skinny dipped in it?
butt naked, skinny dipping.
I think a lot of these type of people they don't have good social skills. They're not the person that's so like out and
Yeah.
about, being around people not feeling or looking awkward. You know what I'm saying?
So you saying like, they see
They
him
lack
on
social
TV,
skills, man.
They see him on TV. They're like,
She looked at
you
me
know.
like
Yeah,
she's looking
yeah.
in the camera. She's like, you ain't never had a girl never looked you in your eyes, and it's happening on TV, and you losing your mind.
They just sit in a dark basement by themselves watching TMZ. Like, oh my God, she just. No, that was just a still shot.
Yeah, I think, hey, some of y'all ladies, some of y'all got to take something for the team because some of these guys are losing their mind because they're not getting any attention.
I think, yeah. I think every
I
woman.
think there'll be a lot of shootings that wouldn't have happened if,
Yeah.
these guys had some female attention, something to look forward to. Like, golly, like, no, all jokes aside. Man.
Yeah. Give it up, big woman.
Like, it's your turn this week.
Peace to the big ladies out there because they be dishing it out to these little crazy fucks. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Oh, wait, there's stories of this right here?
No, it's not like
He
that.
was looking into the future. In the future, there will be big ladies that will be
Nice,
taking it on as a task to society.
nice big mama. Just swallow all these little boys. But all right, it's like speaking of like okay, like I always like the big. I don't know. I always liked like nice thick girl.
How thick are we talking?
Is that true?
Come on, baby. Look at your feet.
Trying to say she got fat girl feet, man?
Hey, I ain't sucking them toes yet. There's a couple shoe sizes. No, I'm joking. She got pretty toes. We
She over there twinkling them right
I
now.
got
Yeah, I
little
know.
Fred Flintstone feet.
We're going to show them toes on the next podcast.
My wife got some little juicy feet too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought they were cute, man. That little toenail polish on them little juicy toes.
Little Fred Flintstones. Like she was
That's why I got like the flat, narrow feet, and then she's got the thick with the arch, and then my kids are the combo play to that.
Yeah.
So, some of them get a little thinness with a little thickness, and then some of them get the whole thick, with a little maybe a long toe, something like that.
You gotta love that though. You gotta love fat ass feet. Look, I'm looking at but like a Ashley Graham, like a poster. Like, all right, like who was the first celebrity poster that you ever had on the wall when you were like growing up, even
My
as
dad.
a kid? Yeah, that's what's up.
He had a lifestyle. He had a life-size rollout poster of him, and I think it was a milk. Yeah, it was. Remember how they used to have those milk posters? And then they'll have so you can stand up next to your favorite athlete and measure yourself up to them
Yeah.
That's cool.
before fat heads.
And then on the back of that milk carton is like, this kid is missing. No, I'm joking.
They're trying to make sure you see that shit. I know you're eating cereal out here, making chocolate milk.
Right? Little black kid missing. Nobody cares. Just drink it.
Man.
Who was your celebrity? Did you have a celebrity poster? Or
Man, it would have to be John Travolta from Sinai Fever.
yo, pause.
Was he going
Hey,
like this?
man.
Was he like that?
Hell yeah. You know that
Saturday Night
legendary.
Fever. The
That's
Saturday Night
right,
Fever.
alright.
The white suit.
Yeah, man. You know I used to get down on that. Come on.
Get down, get down.
I grew up in the 80s. All right, so say
Scarface, all that
I was
shit.
in kindergarten in '89, and I was rocking bell bottoms to school. My mom's old school.
Yeah.
Hand me down clothes from my brother. My brother's 14 years older than me, so the shit that he was wearing in the 70s,
She kept it.
I was wearing in the 80s. You know,
She Buffalo Exchange
and he
went
was,
right there,
and his
man.
brother's shorter than him too. Poor
Bro,
Pa.
so I had bell bottoms that was flooding
Flooding.
all the way up to my kneecaps. My brother's short as fuck, so I'm rocking a mini skirt. I'm like, damn,
tough.
mama.
Mini skirt.
Yeah.
That's tough. My dad, he was one of 13 kids. They had to share a lot of clothes, man. So I was just like, my grandmother, she really was holding it down. I got 5 out here, 6 out here, Yeesh. That's a lot, though.
You got a partridge family, babe. Get a bus.
Man, I got so many family members, bro. When I tell you, remembering names and stuff. Ooh, well, think about it. Those 13 people all had their own families and kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man, that's a tree.
Man, your pops, man. Pops. Get on the podcast. NBA player Terry Cummings, baby.
MVP Ron. TC.
Man.
TC 34 for MVP.
Let's
Not
go.
MVP. I'm tripping. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir, man. I was watching the NBA. I was watching Giannis Antetokounmpo. I can't.
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
Something like that.
Something. But I'm watching him, right? And he got like fouled, and he like bent over to tie his shoe, and he was like standing up, and he could literally like bend over, just reach down and tie his shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's
you
how
guys
long
got
his
long-
arm.
man.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
When I was playing with D Miles, like we go to different camps and they do all the measurements. Like they'll be like, put your hand down and then reach up.
Yeah.
And, like they measure your wingspan. He was like something like, we used to call him freak. He was like 6'8" with a 7'3" wingspan or something
That's
like that.
wild.
But like your wingspan is supposed to be like like normally it's like the same height as you are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those guys like some Antetokounmpo,
Freaks.
we need to look
7'3".
up his wingspan.
7'3".
7'3".
The 7'3".
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
and he's 6'11".
Yeah, that
That's
jump looks
wild.
crazy. Like your arms are.
Past your knees, just standing straight. Like that's like. Well, I mean, his is to his ankles.
But 4 more inches on the length of your arm.
Yeah.
On your, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's real gorilla shit, man. That's primate shit, because it's like, you know,
I think, man, it's just like just supreme type shit. When you have like a little bit more length, it's like in fights, anything like
yeah.
you need to reach for some shit. You the top of the.
Bro,
the best.
sometimes I'll look like, I can't reach that, but when you actually go for it, you be like, damn, I had that easy.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
my God.
my thing is looking at. Sometimes I look at my foot. I'm like, man, that joint is far.
Yeah.
That's far right there.
How high are you when you do that?
You just pick some shit out your toes,
Man,
like a goddamn
Oh,
who would do that?
he would.
Nah, that's what I got my girl for. Come on, now.
I clean his toes. Nasty ass toes.
That's good. That's what's up. My
Hey.
wife ain't there with it, man.
She's there with the program. That's how she going. That's how she treats it. Black Lives Matter, right, baby?
Yeah, baby.
Black feet matter. Gotta
Your
go out
black
there.
toes,
Black toes?
black toenails,
Nah,
No,
hell
not quite.
no.
He should though. He needs to.
What the fuck?
black
gotta put me on
toenails matter.
blast. Nah, that's how. I mean, I gotta go out there and march. You
I
gotta
can't
keep
have
my
my
feet
man
right.
having nasty looking
Gotta
toes.
keep my feet right. I go out there and march. Big shit.
That's the foundation. You need those feet together.
No. This is other shit. Oh, all right. I'm speaking to this DraftKings. DraftKings come at me because I need some promoting y'all for free right now. But this NBA announcer, this is dude Shake Milton on Philadelphia 76ers. And he did a cold move. You know, he crossed this dude over, did a layup, and the announcer was like, "Ooh, Shake Milton, looking like a little chocolate milkshake." I said, "What the fuck?" This is I'm telling you, I'm not fucking around. Google this shit. It's Shake Milton, looking like a little milkshake.
Someone said that
What
to
the
him?
fuck? No, just
The announcer.
The announcer. I'm like, holy shit! These white announcers getting bold up in this bitch. He's looking like a little chocolate milkshake. Just because nigga Shake Milton, then you gotta call a little black ass bastard a chocolate
Oh, I see
milkshake,
what
man.
you're
I was like, man.
That's tough. It's
They
just
said T.J. Cummings is coming all over the fucking backboard
they
with
get
his
canceled for that shit for sure. Well, you were good when you said he was coming somewhere, but when you made it sexual.
You had to get a lot of heat in school with
Oh
that.
man, I used to use that to my advantage. I had a good
Yeah.
coming on your mom, motherfucker.
Let's go.
The girls be like, TJ Cummings. I'm like,
Oh shit.
indeed.
But no, man. So this the dude who kicked this Asian lady in the forehead twice and kicked the goddamn Incredible Hulk. Show this footage of this shit. Look at this shit. Bile, god damn it. Damn.
Yes.
He gonna stop. Damn. That's just brutal, man.
Did she die?
No,
She's
no.
still in the hospital. She had some serious...
Now, what was the story you were telling me before? You said that his mother
He killed his mom.
killed his mother before
And-
this incident?
Yeah, back in like what 2002, I want to say.
Oh, so it wasn't like he did him simultaneously.
No, he was on
No.
parole. He was on life parole
Yeah.
for killing his mother in
He was like in
2002.
like I think a halfway house, something like that. Not a halfway house, but he got out in 2019, and he lived like a block away, and he just ran up on her. But I think he's diagnosed with some mental health problem.
And that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like
You
a
know.
random act. There's been a big narrative going on right now where Asian America is not all of Asian America, but there's a chosen few that are making a strong push to say that black
Yeah.
African Americans are targeting Asians. And I mean, are you serious? Like, where do you get your do-rag from? Where do you go get your nails done? Where do you eat Chinese food at? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I can understand because it's in certain types of areas that they might be hawking certain people because, you know, it's low income areas. But these people that don't really have anything give you everything they got.
Right.
So now we're targeting you. That's, you know, it's not to disparage this situation. It's, you know, that's sad. Like for any, looked like it might have been an older lady.
Yeah, she was in her 70s.
You know, like that's, you just don't expect that type of stuff. But I just think a lot of things, another thing is like, I don't feel like women in this day and age should really be by themselves walking anywhere.
Right.
The real manhood is here now. You know, it's like, okay, you felt free and all that type of stuff and comfortable and yeah, but random stuff can happen. Especially there's ladies that want to dress provocatively and then be like, hey, don't look at me. You know, you got on a certain uniform and people looking at you like, hey, that's a police officer.
Yeah,
no,
man.
I'm not. I'm just wearing a police officer's
You better
uniform.
train like Ronda Rousey if you want to.
Right.
Like that.
That'd be
you know what I
good.
mean?
Concealed carry
You know.
with blades in your pocket, ninja
little-
stars.
Little sexy gun and your little thing. You
Right.
just pull up.
They found that one, but they'll never find the other one.
Pew pew.
No, but it's just a different time, man. And, you know, people are going through really, I mean, when you look at a guy like that, now that's just mental illness.
Yeah.
But then you have people that are struggling, like they're waiting for stimulus checks for their livelihood right now, you know?
Yeah.
And it's, you know what happens, you know, are you going to starve to death looking at a grocery store, or you're going to sit over here and be broke and there's money out here? It's just a crazy game, man.
The key word you said was it's a different time because it's like back in the day. Like, okay, like say like an older Asian, they don't get it. They see they see like the NWA. They see the 90s was rough for even Asians, even though they came into the hood with their stores and then took the money, and we saw through that,
Right.
Because we weren't allowed to have our own stores.
Right.
So we gave them shit because the government allowed them to have their stores in our place.
Right.
We weren't able to.
Right.
Okay, so, but then, you know, fast forward like 10 years later, you know, you got their kids who love Wu-Tang. They love the black culture. They break dance. They're the best fucking break dancers on the planet. You know what I'm saying?
No, they definitely, and like when I was in Japan and Korea, I mean, they used to just like astonish me. It was warming, like to see like they had hip hop clubs out there.
Yeah.
And then when you go in there, it's like they're singing every word to it. Everybody's got like their moves. Sometimes they will all be in unison doing moves together and stuff. But like it was just like the hip hop, b-boy, all like they really loved that. You know,
Yeah.
over in the Asian countries and
For
stuff.
sure.
Like that. Yeah, so
All
this is kind of crazy for this whole thing to like be what it is now. But it shows that, you know, the government has its own plans.
And the media plays a big role in it. I mean, you know, they put that out there, that footage. You know, their direction is I want to say foolish because we know what's going on, but they're amping it up.
Right. But then there's people that are just ignorant.
You know what I mean?
That will just be like, oh yeah, And then they'll jump out there and
It's
be like,
okay.
hey, stop black people.
Yeah.
Stop targeting. And then it looks like that's what black people are doing.
Exactly.
But see, media is also a branch of the government. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh yeah. It's
Just like when you want like a movie, if you put out a great movie, the government has to allow you for that to go in the movie theater.
It's beyond the government. I think like the banks. The banks own the government. The banks own the media.
Centralized banking.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as far as like the media, they want to see like white crimes. Like, oh, it's coming to, bruh. Listen,
Crimes against whites. You
against
mean?
whites. It's coming. Urban shit is coming into the suburbs. Oh,
Right.
oh my God.
Right.
Just be afraid. Because there's this movie I watched. I always wanted to watch, and I finally watched it yesterday, called Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal. You ever see that?
Mm-mm. What
Man.
year is that? Old joint?
2015.
I mess around and
Something
check
like
it out tonight. I always like
Bro.
to watch a good movie before I go to bed.
It's all about, no spoilers, I'm not going to, but it's all about how the media perceives and how they want this footage of crimes in the suburban areas of white people getting attacked.
Right.
They go, black people they're getting killed. Yeah. No one
Right.
cares about that.
Right.
Yeah, it's nothing.
No, let's show some black people robbing them. Let's show
It's
some
just
black people
right.
killing them and
You know
raping
what
them.
I'm saying?
Then that takes away their humanity, and therefore I really don't care now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
now,
what they do.
we could keep this story going because it's going to be an ongoing story anyway.
Right.
Because they black. It's
This is
just
like that story that happened in Florida. I know, like that. That was very sad. Where those two young brothers, they were like teens. I want to say like 18, and they were out there in Florida, and they drugged that. It was a young Caucasian girl that was around their age, drugged her and raped her like nonstop, and she ended up dying.
Really?
That was a sad story.
I didn't hear about
Like,
that.
that type of stuff. It's like
That's just that it ain't touched my ear. That just happened.
that was yeah.
No shit.
That was like what, 2 weeks ago, a week ago?
Damn.
But it's just, you know
Like
what,
I
and
said,
that was
like,
something
I-
that somebody else pointed me to when I was like really like media. I was just looking at all the things that were happening. They were like, they brought this to my attention. They were like, do you understand that there's so much stuff that goes on out here, and then there's so much stuff that doesn't really be going on like that?
Yeah.
So for the stuff that doesn't go on like that, all they have to do is show a succession of that in the whole United States of America, and it seems like everything's going crazy.
Exactly. That's weird that you said that story because I have not heard of that because I'm a media dude. I watch the news constantly because I try to dish it out for the fans or whoever's watching this podcast, damn it. So I'm always digging for stories going on. And no, I heard of the Asian shooting down in, was it Atlanta?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
That was right. That was actually right after. It was like a media Asian declared that black people were going out and targeting them, and then you have this white man goes to multiple locations and just goes and
Yeah.
kills Asians, and then that wasn't brought up to be like, oh my gosh, this was. And then
know?
that's the other thing. Like with certain cases, it'll be like it's an act of terrorism to anybody who sees it, but that's the last word you're gonna hear. You can hear lone wolf, mental illness. No, but this is an act of terrorism. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Why don't you call it like that? You know?
Or even that shit in Boulder, Colorado, or that shooting, that a cop
grocery
got
store.
shot and a few other people, and it's like, and people got mad because it wasn't a white guy.
Right.
Yeah,
No,
it's
but
like,
see,
oh,
that was the thing. Like for him to be arrested, the cops.
arrested.
They
wait,
arrested-
wait, arrested.
Right.
Not taken out because he just killed
They
one
said,
of their own.
All right.
What?
Hold on, guys.
That's a little.
We might be able to use him for something.
Oh, fucking
And then
fishy.
they found out he had an Ahmed, like not what was his name?
Ahmad
Yeah.
Al Isa.
Man, you hear the name
Okay.
like that, they were like, "Oh man, we had our chance."
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he came
Now
out-
it's no good. Like
Right.
because on like right there, they could have did whatever they
They
wanted.
thought he was white because he came out with his drawers and flip flops on.
Man, and that's the way you get. That was one thing that I saw. Like it was something I just saw today. It was like the only way you're gonna survive if you get into something with police or whatever, and you feel like you're legit or whatever the situation is, just to go in alive. They say you have to strip down naked, and come out with your hands up or lay down on the ground. Because then they know there's nothing on you.
Yeah.
They say really strip down naked. He actually has some boxes on. He might have been naked, and then by the time you see him, they just put those damn boxes.
Right. Ass naked.
I have nothing on me.
They gonna be like, that big ass dick swinging. Wait, shoot him. That's just swinging.
Hey, I just got the meat. I just got the meat on me, and that's it.
He took my billy club. It's right between his legs. Shoot him. What the fuck?
Yeah, it sadly is like, you know, there's a lot more awareness on it now, though.
Yeah.
You know, like when you think about the Rodney King beating, like that was just a random camera, just like, you remember how big those cameras were back in the day? It was like you shooting a real movie with those bad boys that they had from there. And it's like, but that brought attention to something that all black people knew existed, but it hadn't been put on the silver screen. It hadn't been put on TV, actually. So
Silver screen is right, though.
it's on the silver screen now, because that's a big money maker to make.
I'm telling you, I always wanted to give Dude props. I think Dude should have won an NAACP award for that footage that he shot, because he shot that shit kind of.
You talking about that
Rodney King?
Rodney
footage?
King?
Man,
Oh, wasn't he in the bushes with it too?
Man,
Had that little kind of.
I think he was on his balcony. He's shooting it down from his balcony, but the zoom in and the zoom out, I was like, damn, this thing.
They were giving him that work, man. They were fucking him up.
Steven Blackberg.
Man, he was going. But you know what? It's like the thing is that people that whoever lived in that area, they probably were experiencing this squad of police nonstop, and they're like, "We're gonna catch y'all's ass one of these days," you know? Because that's what's happening. It's not like it's like these random police are just cycling out. You're just getting random every time. No, it's like whatever area you're in, you got the same sheriffs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna encounter the same people.
Gotta stick up for each other, because I'm pretty sure that dude was Puerto Rican too. He wasn't even.
When who did the video and Rodney King's video?
Yeah.
No, but listen to what I just found out.
Okay.
The camera that was used in the beating is an auction. It's going up for auction.
For how much?
That's not mentioned in here.
Yeah, they're gonna see how high people are willing to, and then put it a little, just right there, a little bit under there, and let's see what's going.
This article was July 2020, but
That's tough.
I got a duplicate of that same camera. Hey, put my shit up for auction too. Say it's Rodney King.
they say that
You really
for
got
the
the old school joints too? You got an old school joint up in here? From back in the day, family home videos?
Ain't no tape.
used to.
He was doing some home videos, y'all. They was doing Christmas videos with them joints right there. My first skateboard videos.
Yeah, man. We gotta watch each other's backs. You know what I mean?
And you know what? I wanted to add to that. You know, that's something that when we were growing up, like when we were kids, we knew all of our neighbors. It was like boom, boom, boom. At least in front of you, to the sides of you, and behind you, you knew that. But then, like before our era, you knew your whole block.
We had block parties.
And
Like
now
close
it's
off the block.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
even get started on that shit.
so now it's like a real, just closed off to everybody type of energy that's out here, and that's why it's hard for people to look out for each other like they
Yeah.
should. Because somebody from across the street used to be able to come over and tell your mom and dad, "Hey, your son out there wilding out."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I grabbed his ass up and let him know I was going to tell you about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And there was a certain kind of you had to know what the fuck was going on. You had to be on your shit to be able to do something stupid, you know, or have something stupid happen. Somebody's crawling up your driveway,
Yeah.
and they're sitting over there across on the porch every day, just sitting there watching just nosy or whatever, but.
We did
That
get the cops
nosiness
called
could
on
help.
You and Matt that one time. Remember climbing into the window? You guys got locked out from work one day, and the people called the cops on
Man,
their
that's
own
tough.
house.
I had at my other house when I was I used to stay in Chicago Heights briefly, right? And there's an older white lady that lives right next door to me. And I'm sitting in my driveway. I'm just chilling, me and my boy. And then we look out the window, and these dudes just jumping out of this window. Like jumping out of the window, like they had jumped in. First it's like I saw something, there's like a bush next to it. Jumped in and they jumped back out. And then they were like looking back at us, they had hoods on. So then it was raining outside, and I knew it was an older lady in there. So
Oh, in
I'm
that
like,
house that they jumped out of?
Yeah.
Don't snitch on me, nigga.
So then I go. So what I do is I probably put my life in jeopardy by doing this.
Yeah.
But I went over there, and I went and looked through the front window, like was trying to see because the hallway light was on. Then I went and knocked, and then there was no answer and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And then so later on the next day, so then the police pull up like close, and then they're like looking over at us kind of whatever. We could just kind of being low key. So then the next day I go over because it was just eating me up. I'm like, if anything's going on around here, like shit, I'm ready to do whatever. You know what I mean? If somebody come over here, you know, we're gonna do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? So I went over to the lady's house. Like, hey, you know, knock on her door. She sees a big black man at the door. She's like, oh shit. And then like she opens the door, keeps the screen up and locked. She's like, yeah. I was like, did you hear somebody knocking on? There were people hopping out of your window last night. She's like, oh my gosh, that was you. You were coming over to check. I'm like, yeah. She said that when I was knocking on the window, that's when she called the police.
Oh, shit.
No kidding.
That's what she called the police. And it's sad though, because it's like, now a person that thinks like that, a black man could save your life and you could get him killed.
Yeah.
Just by calling the police, black men get killed for less, you know what I'm saying? So it's just sad, you know.
I pictured that story going a whole different direction. I thought you were going to be like, yeah, she opened the door and you're like, yes, two guys were jumping out your window. And she was like, yeah, those are my sex slaves. You know, that's how I get down. I'm Becky.
But it was crazy. My boy the whole time, he's like, hey, man, don't go over there, man. Don't go over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I seen the guys were long gone. They had run towards like Joel Road. And they were long gone. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm going to go over here real quick. They looked like they weren't even trying to stay around here. I'm going to go do a welfare check. Turns out the neighbors that were across the street from her, that was her children. Like, I mean, her son and his daughter-in-law. I mean, her daughter-in-law. But then they came to me and like, oh, man, like our mother, like she told us that you came over. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
She's like, unfortunately, she saw you and got afraid and called the police. I'm like, well, shit, the police need to get called anyways.
Yeah,
but like the fact she didn't know that I live next door to her and I've been there for
Right,
months.
that's the bottom line.
The police
yeah.
would just be like, gang bang Becky's head again.
No.
It's sad though, man. Those types of things, like
That's
it comes
true.
from the top though.
No, you're
It comes
right.
from the top and it keeps us all busy quarreling and notching up against each other when really there's a bigger problem up top, you know what I mean, that we're being distracted from. So
Message! We're going to end the show on that, yo. Thank my partner TJ, my wife Missy. You know how we do it. Back to the bar. Please subscribe if you haven't. You're missing out.
yeah, give us some comments or whatever, man, you know, and make sure you hit that bell.
And we going live in a couple
always
days. I'm
say
taking
this.
phone calls.
It's about to get spicy.
Do we have a phone number? Do we still have it?
Yeah, what's the phone number, baby?
708-437-1969.
I can't believe she still remember that shit. Holla at us.
She remembers.
Bye.
Peace.
Holla.